नित्यानन्देश्वरसमारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all of you with my love and respect. Introducing Kenopanishad. Somebody asked me, human beings are just developed monkeys, but how we are able to perceive so much about the universe, planets, space, how we are able to understand so much about all that. Why other animals, even the closest version of us, chimpanzees, are not able to catch, understand things about universe? Why human beings are able to understand, perceive, even manipulate as we want? Already we have space stations. Some of the big rocks coming towards the planet Earth, we can blast it or redirect it from there itself. Already we are able to manipulate movements in the space. How? Please understand, because only human beings started asking the question, Kene Shitam? By whom? This Upanishad is responsible for keeping one of the most important, powerful thought current responsible for human intelligence. Please understand. Few of the thought currents responsible for why human beings are the way they are. Listen. Few of the thought currents why the human beings are the way they are. The first thought current, who am I? Second, what happens after death? Third, most subtle, most precious, most important thought current. What is the source of all this? What happens after death? That thought current was kept alive in the humanity. Please understand, no Upanishad is a conclusion. I wanted you to understand this truth. Neither Isha, nor Kena, or Kata, or Mundaka, or Mandukya, no Upanishad is conclusion. That's a beauty. Seeking thought currents consolidated For further research is Upanishads. Understand? It is not answer. The whole Isavasya Upanishad, you won't get a single answer. These are some of the theses proposed, some of the thought currents needed to be cherished, pondered upon, thought about. Those thought currents will give you 1,000 questions, 2,000 answers. But those thought currents need to be kept alive. For your next generation, they may give 10,000 questions and 20,000 answers. Understand? Upanishadic masters were not interested in controlling the society in the name of religion. No. Religion protects the state, state protects the religion. That kind of a structure we are not interested. That is why in the whole planet Earth, not a single country is there for Hinduism, because we never bothered about it. In all countries, as long as they exist, we will be practiced. If practicing us has disappeared, be very clear, last human being has breathed. There is no life left in the planet Earth. As long as there is life left in the planet Earth, we will be lived. We were not working on creating a system which will psychologically control and manipulate human beings. If we were planning for that kind of a system, we need a set of answers. How many times you can marry, how many times you need to pray, how you need to pray. We were never interested in that. Upanishads are basically to preserve and present some of the valuable thought currents humanity need to enjoy, cherish, explore for deeper and deeper, higher and higher possibilities. The Kathopanishad records the thought current of death. Why? What? How? What happens after that? Please understand, it is not answers. It is not set of answers. Indian Book of Dead is just a thought current about death, not bunch of answers about death. No. It is not bunch of answers about death, but it is thought current about death. Thought current about death. Listen carefully. If you just read Upanishads, you will not have any conclusions you need to practice. Of course, when an enlightened being expands on it, he gives you the answers. Even those answers are for you to cherish, contemplate, think through. Understand this truth. This is one of the major difference you will find between other religious scriptures and Upanishads, we are not about do's and don'ts, vidhi nisheda. No. No. We are about the thought currents you need to cherish, enjoy, entertain for higher intelligence to happen in you. Ishavasya Upanishad captures the thought current of seeking. Whole Ishavasya Upanishad, there is no conclusion. If you go on thinking, contemplating, you will awaken the thought current of seeking, which may give you 10,000 answers and 20,000 questions, or 10,000 questions and 20,000 answers. That is why we have a beautiful word in Vedic tradition describing Upanishads. Kalpalata means, which is the creeper out of which great imaginations blossom, open up, flower. Lata means creeper, creeper on which the great kalpanas, the great visualizations, great understandings flower. It is not set of answers, listen. It is not set of answers. It is more seed of a creeper from which the great understandings just flower. If you go on contemplating on Ishavasya Upanishad, you may come upon thousands of answers and thousands of questions. But Ishavasya Upanishad itself is not any answer, because it is a thought current. If you cherish that thought current, your higher intelligence will be awakened. Ishavasyam idagum sarvam means whatever exists is energy and intelligence. It is not answer. It is a seed for you to start contemplating. If whatever exists is energy and intelligence, then how about my mother-in-law? Then what about all the problems I am facing? What about the disease happening in my body? What about my boss? Even he is God. It is a seed for you to develop a thought current which may give you thousands of experiences, answers, questions. But this thought current will upgrade the very way you exist. Understand? It's like taking vitamins and proteins. The very way you work out and exercise will be upgraded. Each of the thought currents stored in each Upanishad, the very thought current, if you cherish them, if you enjoy them, if you spend pleasant time with them, the banks of Ganga, peaks of Arunachala, valleys of Himalayas are the place to romance with Upanishad. I tell you, those are the places to romance with Upanishads. Ultimately, presence of the Master, where everything merges. The words flow from his mouth is Ganga. And the way he raises your consciousness is peaks of Arunachala. And the depths of you which he shows to you is valleys of Himalayas. That is the place to romance with Upanishads. Understand? This is exactly the right word. Romancing with Upanishads. Sitting and contemplating on them. Spending time with that thought current. Not just mechanically memorizing or mechanically trying to read Sankara Bhashya, Ramanuja Bhashya, Madhva Bhashya, Nimbarga Bhashya, Bhamati Bhashya, the different Bhashyas, and Srikanta Bhashya. The mechanical way of reading a commentary to repeat in some stage or to repeat in some examinations. No. Romancing with the thought current of Upanishads. I tell you, with Kathopanishad, the thought current of death, you should sit and romance with it. When you romance with death, it doesn't appear with that big mustache. He comes with a clean shaved face. As Mahadeva. He is no more here to take away things from you. He is here to just upgrade your very frequency, I tell you. If you just romance with the thought current of Kathopanishad, maybe even for 20 days, sit and romance with that concepts and ideas, thought currents expressed in the Kathopanishad. I guarantee you will have wealth. Please understand. Romancing with the thought current of death will remove the powerlessness in you. The moment powerlessness is removed, two things will happen to you is health and wealth. Understand, I am not lying to you. With all my integrity and the responsibility I am talking to you. Romance with the thought current expressed in Kathopanishad. That's the best Lakshmi Puja you can do. I am telling you. Death is the greatest giver because he has so much stolen from all others. Death is the richest fellow because he has stolen so much from so many people. His treasury is too big. He can shower so much on you. His treasury is much bigger than Kubera's. Because he has stolen even from Kubera. Kubera is also under death. Till Brahma, everyone is under death. So understand. Entertaining, romancing with the thought currents expressed in Upanishads upgrades the very way you exist. your inner chattering itself will be transformed into a long, beautiful seeking and prayer. Cherishing the thought current. I used to be in that romance when I learnt these Upanishads. After 2-3 days of classes with my both gurus, the Upanishads I learnt from Vibhudananda Puri and Isaki Swami. Both of them are great Advaitis, and what a space to cherish. If I have 2-day classes with them, I'll just disappear into Arunachala Hill. And I really wanted to tell you guys, and I wanted to put this on record. I have never ever felt hungry as long as I am in the lap of Arunachala Hill. When I am in the hill, in the peaks and valleys, never I felt hungry, never I felt my body is separate from that hill. Never I felt the fear that some animals can damage this body, or this body needs food or water, or 1, 2, 3, nothing. I just know as a natural flow, both felt so one. That is why I always warn the people who try to go for Parivrajaka, tell them, hey, develop highest integrity and authenticity. Otherwise, the fellows who run away, 1 or 2, after 2-3 days they cry, call and cry, I don't know what to do. I don't know whole day what to do. One stupid fellow ran away from here and sitting in Tiruvannamalai and reading Jivan Mukti book every day. Are Jivan Mukti is living here, the author is alive, and this fellow ran away from here, sitting there and reading Jivan Mukti from morning till night, missing me and crying. Actually, without developing the integrity and authenticity, right foundation, even if you run away and do this Parivrajaka, you will be a failure. You will not be able to do Parivrajaka. You can be in depression, roaming around lazily, not doing Parivrajaka Yatra. I never felt I am separate from that hill. I just felt that is part of my body, and the idea of separate existence never existed. It's never there. I'll just sit and I'll be thinking about what is this Ishavashyamidam Sarvam, everything is God. What's all this? How can that be? How can that be false? Because our masters are saying, how is it true? Just romancing with that thought current. I tell you, whole day what is the thought current with which you are romancing, that will be the frequency of you. If you are romancing with the thought current of worrying, naturally you will attract, you know. If you are romancing with the thought current of Upanishads, if you are romancing with the thought currents of Upanishad, your very frequency will become different. Kenopanishad is not bunch of answers. No. God saved me. I am from the tradition which kept only the thought current alive, not the bunch of answers. Then some answer given for some situation I have to be following stupidly. Now, no. Hinduism doesn't give you that punishment and torture. It keeps the thought current alive for you to upgrade your frequency. I really wanted our Sangha to evolve in that way, keeping only thought currents alive, not the do's and don'ts. See, when you become more and more unconscious, you need to be controlled with the do's and don'ts. Become, don't stoop to that level where I have to give you do's and don'ts. No. If you make me give do's and don'ts, that's the worst disrespect you can do to me. If you make me give only the thought currents, that's the greatest worship you can do to me. If you make me give only thought currents, you are treating me as a guru. If you force me to give do's and don'ts, you are making me as your boss, manager. No. I'm not interested in becoming boss or big boss. No. I'm very happy with this seat of guru. Kena Upanishad keeps the thought current of seeking the source of the whole. Seeking the source of the whole. That is the thought current. Kena Upanishad is keeping it alive. When you read this Upanishad, romancing with that thought current, understand I am using the word romancing with that thought current, not by-hearting, memorizing, repeating. What do you guys do in your schools, especially Indian schools? That one thing, oh God, I never did in my life, this memorizing. Whatever I enjoyed automatically got recorded inside me. Whatever I did not, never I bothered about remembering it. So now I am not asking you to think, contemplate, meditate on this thought current. I am asking you, romance with this thought current. What is it? What must be the source? Not just because I said, but sincerely trying to catch the answer. Catch the answer. The Upanishad is divided into 4 parts. The first 2 parts are in the form of a dialogue between Guru and disciple. And the funny thing is that Guru's name is not recorded here to retain the apaurushyattva, the authorlessness. The truths uttered are powerful enough to declare its authenticity. The author's identity is not required anymore to validate the authenticity of the truths uttered. So author's name is not recorded. They are truths declared by its own authority. And the last 2 parts are in the form of prose. It has beautiful ingredients. not only it gives you the thought current about seeking into the source of the whole, it also guides you to the ultimate experience you should be arriving. So that till that experience comes, you continue your journey of romancing with this thought current. Each of the thought currents expressed, recorded, stored in these Upanishads, the greatest treasure for human beings to upgrade the way they exist. Cherish Kanopanishad, your very frequency will become different. Cherish Kathopanishad, the very way you exist will become different. Cherish Isavasyopanishad, the very way you exist will become different. Whoever cherishes these Upanishads, their very frequency raises from Shava to Shiva. Their very frequency raises to Mahadeva. Essence of today's satsang. Romancing with the different thought currents which raises your frequency of existence. Subject for today's Vakyartha Sadas. What is thought currents? What is romancing with the thought currents? And if you don't romance with the thought currents of the Upanishad, then naturally you are romancing with some other thought currents. What is that? What is that thought current with which you are romancing, which is not Upanishads? With this, I'll move to the next segment of the morning satsang. I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhadvaita Saivam, the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.